Oh, who's here? Holy shit. You can actually capture spirit in this. And if you got one in here, it'll start shaking and growling and that sort of thing. And then you can take it, release it somewhere else.
Are there any dark energies here that would like to speak?
It's called a devil box. Oh, that's a creepy mirror there. That mirror is well over 100 years old. Did you do that?
Is it my alarm clock?
That's what it is. When you look into the history, a lot of times you'll find a mystery associated with it. And if you're lucky enough, you'll find a haunting that goes along with the mystery. So that's where the Little Egypt Ghost Society comes in. The Little Egypt Ghost Society is a ghost hunter group formed right here in Southern Illinois. Started in 2007. Cale, Meggs, and I started the venture. We were really interested in local history. We're basically historians, and we like to go on road trips, so that's how we started the group.
Bruce has been doing it a lot longer than me. He did something he called the Gaslight Ghoul Club. And when they were little kids, they used to run around in the cemeteries and play little games. And yeah, he's been doing it a lot longer than I have. He considers himself the longest standing ghost hunting society in the state of Illinois, at least. So.
We started in 1967, really long time ago, back when I was in grade school. Back then there's a TV show called Dark Shadows. They had witches and ghosts, werewolves, and all kinds of other supernatural entities, and we'd meet in my backyard treehouse, tell ghost stories, and try to figure out how we could turn into a werewolf or a vampire. Cale and I are both skeptics, but we're optimistic skeptics. We're always hoping we find the paranormal holy grail, like a full-bodied apparition. We've never seen anything that actually appeared to us in real time. Mainly, you'll find something when you review the evidence, like when you hook up your cameras to a television set or go over your digital voice recordings, you'll find it after the fact. It's very rare that something actually pops up like it does on TV.
Can you touch Tracy?
A lot of times we'll be on a location. If we had an audio recording going, you might hear this thing. Oh my goodness, it's really boring because hours and hours goes by without anything happening at all. When we review our evidence, we come across stuff that we cannot explain, but occasionally we find something that think, this really might be paranormal.
We've hit hundreds of locations, not just in Illinois, we've gone out of state in a few places too.
Well, here in Illinois, one of our most favorite places is the Rose Hotel in Elizabethtown. It was actually built by the McFarland family in 1812. It was a roadhouse used for travelers on the Ohio River. And today it's owned by the state of Illinois. It's operated as a bed and breakfast. It's in continuous operation for over 200 years. In fact, every single time we've done an overnighter there, we've come across something paranormal.
The ghost that haunts that location is a tote. And a tote, we have come to discover over the years, I've never been on any of the investigations, even though I've been in there quite a bit throughout the years, is a friendly ghost. You know, he's in fact, I think there's one EVP that was caught where he actually said, "I am your best friend."
I kept hearing the wooden floor creaking. But what's that? When you zoom up on this image, I'll show you what we got. Once again, I was the only living person in this room at the time. That's a close-up of a head, a face reflected in this mirror. Now, Sandy identified that as Tote. He was one of the freed black servants that worked here at one time.
One of the biggest pieces of evidence I ever got, we did about a 4 or 5 hour investigation. It was a residential. Toward the very end of the whole thing, as we're actually picking up the equipment and I'm listening to everything, I actually heard this voice go, "Hello, let's play." It did make me jump a little bit. When you've just done hours of investigating and then hours of research, it's like you've won the Super Bowl. It's like the Holy Grail. You've got some evidence, and that makes it all worthwhile. That's the best moment of paranormal investigations. Ghosts don't punch a time clock. Bruce is fond of saying that, and I agree with him. They don't punch a time clock. You can do it any time, day or night. A lot of people believe that they're more active during what is popularly known as the witching hour. I just like it at night because there's less of a contamination factor. There's less noise, and you can turn out the lights. You don't want your lights on, you want them off, so you don't have any contamination with your photographs. You know what everything is. It's best from, I'd say, midnight to 4 a.m.
Okay, you got a reading on the EMF meter. A lot of the equipment we have, you've probably seen the TV shows, all the equipment, the same stuff they have. We have night vision cameras, electromagnetic field detectors, digital voice recorders, we use digital cameras, but all the equipment, it's fun, some it's high tech, some low tech, but we found out all you really need for ghost hunting is an open mind. The other stuff, it's fun to have, but you don't really need it.
If you're out and about and you're wanting to do your own stuff, just stop off at any cemetery, any railroad tracks, and just start taking pictures. And ask questions. Give them a chance to answer the question. Give them about 10, 15 seconds of silence, and then ask another question, and then ask another question. And when you get home, put the earphones on, and see if you can catch anything. When you have a paranormal experience, you don't know you're having a paranormal experience until it's over. I mean, at the time, you don't know what's going on. People are always really worried they're going to be scared to death, when actually, it's usually over with by the time you have a chance to be frightened.
Kale and I have a Facebook site called the Little Egypt Ghost Society, and we post a lot of our exploits online. People thought, gosh, these stories are pretty interesting. We wish you'd compile them. So what we did, we put them all together, made a book. You can use it as a paranormal travel guide, basically.